I would come into school to see you guys and we would have Christingle together, but sadly this year I'm not able to come into your school, so we're doing Christingle from my home. But I still want to hear from you all, so I am going to shout hi everybody as loudly as I can, and I want you to shout hi Miranda as loudly as you can, and I will be listening. Hi everybody! Well, that was pretty good, but I have to say I couldn't quite hear you, so I think some people weren't joining in, so I'm going to do it again. I'm going to shout hi everybody, and I want all of you, all the boys and girls and all the grown-ups in the room, to shout back hi Miranda, and I'm going to really listen this time. Are you ready? Hi everybody! Brilliant, that was much better. I'm pretty sure I heard you through my window. So we've come together today to talk about Christingle. But what is a Christingle? Well, the word Christingle actually means little Christ child, and it's a way that we celebrate Jesus being the light of the world. You know, Jesus is the light in everybody's life, and so the Christingle is a wonderful way to remember that. Now you should have all the bits and pieces you need. I've got all of mine here, so I think if you're ready and I'm ready, let's get started. So the first thing I have is my orange, and I have cut a little cross in the top of my orange, and that's going to help me later when we get to the bit with the candle. So your teacher or your grown-up might help you cut a cross in the top of your orange. But just have a smell of your orange. It smells delicious. I love the wonderful smell of oranges. It always makes me think of Christmas. But the orange isn't just here to be a lovely, sweet smelling fruit, but it actually represents the whole world, because Jesus came to save the whole world. Everybody in the whole wide world, that's a lot of people. And Jesus came to save them all. So now we need something on here to remind us of what Jesus did. Now we remember that he was born at Christmas time, but something else happened at Easter time, and that's when Jesus died for us. And so we're going to take some red tape or some red ribbon, and very carefully we're going to wrap it around our orange, just like this. And that is going to represent Jesus dying for everybody in the whole world. Can you manage to do that? Wrap your tape or your ribbon all the way around your orange so it looks like this, to remind you of the sacrifice of Jesus. Now, there's another thing that we need. Things stick out the top. Do you remember from last year? We need 4 cocktail sticks. I'm hoping you've got all 4 of yours. Let's just see if I've got mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cocktail sticks. And these represent the 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Now these seasons bring wonderful things for us, lovely things for us to enjoy, and so we need to fill all of our sticks with wonderful things. Now, I wonder what kind of things you have to fill your sticks with. I've already done mine, so I'm going to show you mine now. I have filled my cocktail sticks with raisins. Can you see those? Now there's a reason I filled mine with raisins. One of the reasons is that I really like raisins. I think they're a really lovely treat and I enjoy eating them. The other reason is I accidentally ate all of my sweets before we got to this part, and that means I don't have any sweets to put on. Unfortunately, that's what happens if you eat up all your sweets too soon. You won't have any to put on. So I do hope you haven't gobbled your sweets up yet, and if you haven't, now's the time for you to stick them on your sticks. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to read to you from the Bible. This is from a book in the Old Testament. That means it's at the beginning of the Bible, and it's a book called Isaiah. And this comes from Isaiah chapter 9. We're going to read a couple of verses, and then we're going to skip on to a little later in that chapter. So this is from verse 2. Now those people live in darkness, but they will see a great light. They live in a place that's very dark, but a light will shine on them. And from chapter 6, a child will be born to us. God will give a son to us. He will be responsible for leading the people. His name will be Wonderful Counselor, powerful God, Father who lives forever and ever, Prince of Peace. Power and peace will be in his kingdom. It will continue to grow. He will rule as king on David's throne and over David's kingdom. He will make it strong by ruling with goodness and fair judgment. He will rule it forever and ever and ever. The Lord of heaven's armies will do this because of his strong love for his people. And the person that they were talking about is, of course, Jesus. Now, have you managed to get all of your sweets on your sticks? I hope so, because the next thing we're going to do is pop them in our orange. So get your orange and your sticks, and I want you to very carefully push your sticks into your orange, just like this. 1, 2, push it in. You have to be a bit careful because the ends are quite sharp. 3, if you get a bit stuck, you could ask your teacher or your grown-up to help you. 4, there we go. Now, it's almost finished, but there's one thing that we keep talking about when we talk about Christingles and in the verse that we just read, and that is the light, Jesus being the light of the world. So we need a light, don't we? Well, I have one just here. This is my candle, and I hope you have your candles ready too, because what we're going to do now is push the candle into that bit at the top. Do you remember where we said a grown-up was going to make a little cup for you? So take your candle and carefully push it in. Now it gets quite juicy, but that's all right. We can always wash our hands afterwards. Push your candle in, and once it's in, you have a beautiful Christingle to remind you that Jesus is the light of the world. I've lit my candle, but I really think you should wait till you get home to light yours. So don't light your candle just yet. Wait till you get home. And I'm going to read you another little bit from the Bible, and this is from a book in the New Testament, and it's a book called Matthew. And this is in chapter 5, and it starts with verse 14, and it says this: "You are the light that gives light to the world. A city that's built on a hill cannot be hidden. The people don't hide their light under a bowl. They put their light on a lampstand. Then the light shines for all the people in the house. In the same way, you should be a light to other people. Live so that they will see the good things you do. Live so that they will praise your Father in heaven." Now the first verse was about Jesus being the light, and this verse is about you. You could be the light in somebody's life by being kind or gentle or generous. You could be the light that somebody needs to see. Well, I think that we should finish off this morning with a song. Now, you know that I have a favourite song that I love doing with you guys. So I hope that you have made some space, put your Christingles to one side, because we need to jump up and do the actions for My Lighthouse.
In my wrestling, in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. Safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise
much for joining me today. I've had a lovely time making Christingles with all of you. And I can't wait to come into school and see you again. But in the meantime, have a wonderful time making your Christingles, and remember that Jesus is the light of the world. And with Jesus in your life, you can bring light to other people too. I hope that you're a light to somebody today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye.